Citizens, how's your spirit? Good morning, citizens. How's your spirit? Mine struggling, y'all. And I'm not talking about the stream this morning. When I say my whole body hurts today, my whole damn body hurts today, y'all. Hey, Mr. Stewart, can you see me now? I'm glad to see you, handsome. Thank you for showing up. What the funk? Thank you. I'm so glad you made it. You cheated with this little Sierra comment. It's in the description, which makes me wonder whether or not y'all read my descriptions or y'all just know I'm about to be sassy. I try, y'all. I try to hang on to it. Mr. Stewart in the house with the first theme song. Can you guys hear me okay over the music? We're looking for Section 8 by sales. That's my I need to get myself together in the morning theme song right there. Like when I have absolutely no energy, when I can feel the pain from my skin to my bones. And right now my skin is on fire. That's when I have to have something like this, something where to the outside world it sounds like I'm saying I don't need anybody else, but in these moments, as much as I need somebody else, I need myself to just kind of hold on to who I am. So theme song will do that for you. All right, here we go, Mr. Stewart. Remember, guys, be sure to tip the DJ. Whoa, Twitch downloaded, sent me something to monitor my live from my phone. Guys, I've never gotten one of these before. What? Oh my goodness. This is amazing, you guys. We get fancy as we go a little further along. We're doing something new. Can you see? I know you really can't with all that blue light and whatnot, but yeah, Twitch sent us something new. What is this? You know what, Mr. Stewart? I also went and listened to Minister Jap. You were right. He is quite raw, but I grew up with a father and around military men, so he didn't really surprise me too much. And I agree with him on a lot of things. I listened to the video about Brother Polite and whatever the other guy's name is. I'm not sure what's going on with the women over. I don't know how they got to a point where their families could be taken advantage of in that way. But I wish everybody on the family side, the victim side, is the best outcome possible. This song is probably perfect for what we're about to get into today, for sure. Thank you very much for that. All right, look at here. Who we got in the house? We got Unique View, What the Funk, Mr. Stewart. What the Funk was in here first. I'm so surprised. Usually Trash Can Waves will slide in and drop something off before he goes to take a nap or whatever. But I am so glad to see you all this morning. We got Mr. Stewart's theme song. Anybody else got a theme song for me this morning? So Kevin Samuels was on Minister Jack. Really? I'm going to have to go and check that one out. I have not seen it. So as part of the reason of what's up here in my opening of a title today, how I got to end up here with me doing YouTube, right? Of course, Mr. Stewart. I mean, Unique View, Frank Gooden. I'm telling you, I know it's you. I would just like for you, when you decide to admit it, make sure that you do it on my channel. It is all I ask. That would be the biggest bomb drop in struggle stream history right there. So I'm just saying, remember, I knew it first. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, you know what, guys? I made a mistake. I didn't put it in the theme song. We'll do this first. So I have sound, the little thing on for the sound to match properly, and yet, Mr. Stewart, I do not know how. I can give it a shot though. Give me a second. I have sound, the little thing on for the sound to match properly. I see your name. Oh, add moderator. Look at there. I did it. I have a moderator, you guys. Oh my God, I'm such a girl. Oh, thank you guys so much. I felt like pure poo this morning, and you guys, I needed that. I needed that and didn't even know I needed that. Okay, so back to, I don't know, Mr. Stewart, did it work? You'll have to do whatever you can do. I'm not sure. But I did it through YouTube, so it takes a bit. Blind guy, his wife, their life. So glad to see you this morning, you guys. I hope your spirit is well. Sorry, guys. I need to reset all of the content that I had prepped for you. Because I was doing editing this evening or last night, everything gets shifted at some point, and I have to go back and reset it because it eats so much of, I guess, my memory. I'm working from a laptop and not a real PC. You know, we work and we grow and we work, and that's what being a content creator, a YouTuber, a business is about. So if in any way you want to be able to, if this is what you want to do, then understand that being a YouTuber is harder than going to a job every day. And it's even harder if you're disabled. But it's worth it. That goofy little Tadar that I just did for being able to make Mr. Stewart a doggone moderator. Come on, y'all. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you know, Mr. Stewart really is just a stranger on the other side of the monitor somewhere. But, you know, right now he feels like my little cousin from out east. You know, it's just one of those things. All right, guys, I need two more. Unique View, your song made it the whole way through. Look at that. Y'all know your girl is in trouble with this live. I'm definitely gonna have to cut this one up. I've been going through content and getting things together, you guys. I've got like 3 different windows open right now, ready to put out new things. So like I said, we're going to get to our 300 by September 30th, because I'm going to get my little sickly butt up here and sit in this chair, and we're going to do what needs to be done to get this message out, right? Hey, Mr. Stewart. You know what, though? Timing her out and bringing her back might actually help get her a unique view to be able to see each other. Just saying, in the grand scheme of things. All right, I'm gonna have to go and check it out. Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life. I certainly did not get a chance to this morning. I was just trying to get it together. Okay, so I need to go back. Okay, go back. Okay, so we don't want to go that way. We'll go this way. What was it? Section 8 by sales. All right, guys, I need 2 more theme songs. But in the meantime, I'll explain. So the title this time, by the way, I changed the thumbnail on the other day's video. And we'll see. I actually only just cropped it some. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully they won't ding me this time. But that video got probably my most views out the gate. It's somewhere around 100 and something. And when you think that some of my videos only have like 20 views or five, 100 is a milestone. So we could do our little ta-da and celebrate because we did it. We're growing, y'all. Don't forget, we will be, or when I say we, I will be over at Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life's channel on September 15th, and we will be talking about medical marijuana and what I do as a cannabis consultant and why I do it. How I got into it was the fibromyalgia, chronic pain, and just an inability to control my life or my body with either with the fibromyalgia alone or being on opioid therapy to deal with the chronic pain. So it's either a life of constant pain or a life of sleeping and working and sleeping and working, and that was it. And neither of those things were working for me. So after a whole lot of pains and a whole lot of things, I eventually made the decision to move out here to Arizona, excuse me, and start my life over again from scratch. So that included getting a job, getting my own place, getting a car, all the things that you have to have to start over or start for the first time as if you were a sister to sister podcast. Hey, that's a new name in the chat. So glad to see you. Hey, there's also Abby. Hey, Abby, Stalker Mom. So glad you're here. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see here. Going up through the comments, I got Trevor something artist, Crybaby Song. Is that their actual name? Listen, y'all be giving me names sometimes and I'm not sure at all. Trevor D, is that it? Crybaby? Hold on. Is this it? What the funk? You send me some great ones throughout the day. I really do. I enjoy it. It's nice to be able to pop up and see that you guys have left me theme songs in the comments or something like that. Your favorite artist is Trevor something. So then I must not have the name in here, right? Because that's not what came up. I mean, if it's your favorite artist, you certainly shouldn't call it. All right, now, if it's your favorite artist, you should be able to give me the title exactly as the title is. I bet y'all can't guess who my favorite artist is. Put a C next to it if you think you got the name of my favorite artist. I'm going to tell you now, it was not anybody who was born after 1970. Go. All right. Okay, I have it in there. Trevor something, Crybaby Song. We're going to do this one more. Oh, no. See? Do, do, do. Bots don't cry. Baby. Huh? Thank you. Yeah, y'all gotta remember, I'm not in your brain when you give me the theme song titles. So just kind of speaking of in your brain, how did we get here, sir? What is happening right now? I'm coming back to you. What the fuck? I think you. He said Miami Nights. Okay, there it is. I love when one comes up. Oh, you're definitely a dude who is in Europe. You are definitely a dude who is in Europe and has listened to music over there for quite some time. And I'm saying that with love. It's just that I came up in that house music, go-go 90s kind of switcheroo between that and conscious rap. Amazingly, I've chose conscious rap and to be conscious without getting into the nonsense that they got going on right now, y'all. I'm just saying. All right, we got cheerleader. There it is. Okay, we're gonna add this one from What the Funk. There. And this one's from Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, called Cheerleader. Do I need to turn the music up, guys? Look at Mr. Stewart, you guys! Oh my god! I got a Rich Wilder and their name is not Gail Lockett. Girl, come in and take a seat. If you are here, Gail, or you're coming through, you make sure you just go ahead and hit the invite and you just sit yourself right in the back. You ain't even got to cam up. You ain't even got to come up. You just kick it in the back and watch, just giggling because you're not working. I think that's fantastic. Hey. Hey. Every man should have a cheerleader. I mean, realistically, we should be each other's cheerleaders, y'all. And I really mean that when I say it. We have to be there for each other. It's not a one-sided thing. I fuss at women and mothers because I am one, because I think that we can do better by our sons and daughters. It's just, it doesn't make sense to me what we're seeing out here. The Sierras of the world, the Cardi B's of the world. I mean, no, they've always existed. A dang bad, excuse me, asked me the other day in a chat whether or not this was something that had been going on for a while. It was like, did this happen in the 70s and 80s? And I was like, bruh, I was born in the 70s. I don't know. I wasn't dating in the 70s. I was watching, them people, Mr. Rogers and Romper Room. We talked about it in the beginning of these streams. You know what I'm saying? No, I can turn it up a little bit. I figured out how to pull out the sound for each of the things, and I don't worry about the copyright. What the funk? Sorry, I don't know. It's acting up this morning. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, there's something going on, guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble with YouTube this morning. It may be as a result of Wednesday stream. I don't know. But I'm rolling with it. I have been having a little bit of connection issues, but I just assumed that it was really because of editing. But okay. So as I was saying, when it comes to why I have good morning, Darshan. So glad to see you. Thank you for stopping through. I've been checking out your short things that you're putting up. I'm glad to see you growing your channel. I'm so excited and I'm proud of you. I know I'm nobody to be proud of you, but I'm proud of you, guy. It takes a lot to get out there and do your thing. So yeah, courage in abundance. And I want to say that. Also, I just want to say it, you guys, because I get after her a lot, and it may not seem like I really and truly care, but I do care about Adrian, and I'm proud of Adrian. Adrian is amazing to me. The way that she can sit on anybody's platform and absorb what it is that they have to say, even when it feels like it might be absolutely directed at her. It still works. Oh, wait, someone answered the question about who my favorite artist was. And nope, it's not Anita Baker. It's not a female artist at all. So I will give you guys 35 more seconds to figure it out. And then I'll tell you. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you by playing it for them, as it were. You're welcome, Mr. McAway. You have a fantastic day. Thank you for checking out the replay. Make sure you share it with your friends and family. Mr. Stewart, I'm gonna need you to play nicely, okay? You can't on the very first day that you get the wand. That's not the way that you go. No, it's not Pac. No, it's not Curtis Mayfield. No, it is not Luther Vandross. All right, y'all ready? Let me see. I'm gonna give you one that everybody knows. I really shouldn't, but yeah, what the heck? Who? Why didn't we master it in 2020? How dare they? Y'all know who that is? Y'all said Erykah Badu. Chill out. Oh, she may be weary. Young girls, they do get weary. I'm telling y'all, if he were still alive today, I would be chasing him around, throwing my panties all over the place for some Otis Redding. That man, to me, tall black man goodness. I don't know. It's the singing. It was the stature. And he was only, I don't even think he made it to his 30s, did he? But certainly, I mean, I just have always been in love with him. Something to do with John Hughes movies, I'm sure. I was definitely that girly girl. Yes, the panties. I was definitely that girly girl. You know, I watched 16 Candles and Pretty in Pink, and I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't drink the Kool-Aid, because there's a little bit of Christy in me, right? So maybe that's why I don't hold to all the sisterhood monikers. I wanted to be a wife and a mother and those things. And so when I decided to move out here to Tucson, it was because that's always been my thing. As long as I'm on this earth, it's my job to be an example or a role model for my children, even though they're grown behind men, right? It's still my job to be there to lead by example, to have the conversation with them, to support them through what they're going through, and so on. And sometimes just your effort, the things that you do, is that. So I moved to Arizona in October of 2019, and I moved out here to improve my health because the weather is supposed to be better. And I moved out here to start over because I had between the diagnosis and the resulting mental health break, I spent all of my savings, everything that I had. I even, there were still 2 years that the fellows were supposed to be with me, and that didn't happen because as I felt my life spiraling out of control, I felt like they needed to go and be with their other parent. That was a hard choice to make when that was the first time that I was making that decision. But that's why you have two parents, even if you can't, what's the word I'm looking for? Even if you can't make it as man and woman, you're still parents. And that's the whole point. And I don't speak for my children as a parent. And I do my best not to. So everything I say up here is me. Whatever we agreed to when, I say when we wrote our recipe, when we sat down together and said, what is that supposed to look like? I held true to those things as much as possible. And I believe that he feels that he did too. I will say that much. But having said all of that, I decided to move out here to Arizona, and I got my life together, so to speak. I started working in November of 2019, and I got my apartment by December, and my car I got my car on March 6th. Arizona went on quarantine lockdown March 13th. And because I have a autoimmune illness and high blood pressure, I was told that I had to go, I had to leave work. So I began working from remotely from home. But in that time frame, I also had my children come to visit here, and one of them decided to stay here. So, we've been doing that for a little bit. But I say all of that because in that time frame, I also started to watch. I realized that I didn't have the best communication skills with my sons, even though we have a great relationship, because I was always there. And I mean, for the first 12 years of my marriage, I was a stay at home mother. So I was always there. Um, we had our children from 96 to 2002. So 6 years. Is that 6 years? Yeah. So during that time frame, I was able to know, like I said, I try not to speak ill of him, because that was the privilege that he gave us, was for me to be able to be at home with the fellas. So, but I realized that we didn't have the greatest communication skills, and I blame myself for that, because who was at home with them? Me. Who raised them? Me. So it's my job to figure out how to do better. And I started to look around the internet. Isn't that crazy? Like, why didn't I ask my dad? He's a 65-year-old man, and he doesn't really. Even if he does relate to young men. But come on, 65, and my sons are in their 20s. That's a huge, huge barrier, right? And it's obvious that I don't have a great communicating relationship with their father, but we make it do what we do, right? So you do that, and then after that, what's left? What is left is going to the internet and research. In the beginning, I researched Shahrazad Ali. When I found out I was going to be a mother, I started reading her books and reading books about raising young Black men, and so I went out into the YouTube world with the same mindset. I think I came across Abba and Preach first, and that was like, yeah, I came across Abba and Preach first. And that was actually before I moved here. And then after Abba and Preach, I went to, that's where I saw Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels took me into the Red Pillarverse, and then I got around to the Lead Attorney. And here we are, struggle streaming together, you guys, because, and Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown's Mama's Cooking, and really the Lead Attorney, because I'm not gonna front. I was over on the Lead Attorney's channel, like, listen, let me just find out what I need to know about getting this divorce, so I'm not going to get myself hurt in this process. Women are just like y'all. I don't want anything more from that man than what I feel like I devoted my life to. That's it. Right? And if you can find the value in saying that our children graduated from high school and have gone on to be, are trying to become upstanding young men, and you can give me credit for that, then you shouldn't have a problem giving me a divorce and alimony for the years that I poured into that work. You went to work, I went to work pouring into the children that we decided to have. And I don't think that that's unreasonable. Certainly not considering our relationship history, which is nobody else's business, right? But so watching all of those things, I hear you, Mr. Stewart. I hear you. You guys, you also have to understand that some Miss B Finesse might be able to speak to this, or even Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Other creators, some of them deal with it and some of them don't. There's something called imposter syndrome, where there are days where you feel like you did the right, like, you're the person who's supposed to be up here saying these things and doing those things. And then there are other days that you don't. And there are plenty of days that I don't. I'm just being honest. There's no point in me in me having these conversations with y'all if I'm not honest. And it's it's a struggle. There's at least 4 videos on my phone and 5 or 6 of what my life is actually like. But I think I don't share it because I don't want that part permanently out there. I'm okay with being the chick who's on the stream and cries. I'm a mom, damn it. I cry. I'm a Libra. I cry. What's that in Men in Black? Men in Black. Okay. In Men in Black at the end, Men in Black 2, I think it is, when he puts Rosario Dawson in the end of in the little thingy. And he's like, does it rain when you cry? And she's like, yeah, I'm a Libra. It always rains when I cry. He's like, when I cry, and he's like, no, it rains because you're crying. I'm like, oh. This little sappy Libra over here was like, yep, that's it. I'm a big old wuss. I think I'm giving away all my secrets. Oh my Lord. Anyway, so yeah. And so I was over there watching the lead attorney and just trying to get a couple of notes. You know, if y'all don't know, my ex is in, well, my soon-to-be ex is in Georgia. So I was kind of like, I really don't want to go up there because what if he turns out to be my ex's lawyer at the very end of this thing? Maybe the last case that the lead attorney takes is my divorce case. Seriously, not going to happen. Not going to happen. If there's anything that I do know about the person that I was married to, that ain't it. Stop it, Unique View. It's hard to expose the most painful parts of life, but it does. That's the one thing about it. It's cathartic to be able to say that, you know, this is the journey that I've been on and I'm still here. Which reminds me, you guys, okay, so listen, I promise I'm going to focus after this. That's a good motto, Quita. I might have to think about that one. Okay, but I'm going to focus after this. I've been promising you guys that I would show you a picture of me at 300 pounds. So I got as close as I could right now. And that's because I'm having a hard time finding it on my what's the name of that thing you called? On my hard drive. Okay, so can you guys see this one right here? That's 300-pound me. That's 300 plus pound me. Where's the make it bigger thingy? Dang it, I can't make it bigger. Pooh. Okay. Can you see it though? Here. This one here. That's me. 300 and I would say that's probably pushing right at the 300 mark more than the 330s. This is me a year after surgery. I am officially in this photo, I think what I am now, which is 130, 135 pounds. In 2015, when we found out that I had fibromyalgia, they put me on a medication called Lyrica. And this was me. I blew up. That third picture. Oh, you guys can't see my mouse. That third picture, I blew up to be 220 pounds. I freaked out, y'all. I started having nightmares. Hold on. I freaked out. When I went from this size and this fourth picture here, these are the second picture and the fourth picture are taken. I want to say, let's see. So the second picture is 2008 and the fourth picture is 2014. So however many years that is, six years apart. And then immediately after that, this third picture is in 2015. So you can see that it's not like the weight just permanently stays off. You have to do work. I have to constantly work in order to maintain even this frame, with the fibromyalgia and all the other things, it's even harder. With fibromyalgia, you don't want to eat sometimes. It's hard to eat. You get all of the symptoms of things like IBS without actually having it. It's really brutal on your body. Like I said, there are over 200 symptoms. But anyway, that's me right here on the left in all that purple, looking like a big old shiny grape, y'all. Look at that shine on my forehead, y'all. Look, it's still there though. My forehead is just permanently shiny. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should start wearing makeup. I haven't worn makeup in all my life. I mean, you know, like off and on, my parents didn't let me wear makeup when I was 16, until I was 16. And then after that, I did those. Excuse me. Okay. So we talked about how I got to this red pill space. And we talked a couple of times about how just watching Kevin Samuels or being on someone's stream will make me feel like I should call my daddy and be like, Daddy, I just love you. I know, Daddy. I know we put you through a lot. So I really and truly, I just love you, Daddy. That's all I can say. I just love you, Daddy. And he just laugh and giggle and he accepts the praise and love. And then we go on. Right. So yeah, it's just that's it. And if you can praise and love on your dad, then you can certainly praise and I'm going to embrace that shine only because I think it helps with getting my smile to my eyes, which is truly important. Y'all get no chill. Yeah, listen, I don't need y'all co-signing on my self-hate. So anyway, that's how I got over here into this space. And then the lead attorney started talking about, hey, if you're over a certain age, you got a story to tell, you have some wisdom. And I had been thinking about it since I became disabled. Like I said, I've been on the porch for a while. So I had been thinking about it. But between him and Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown reminded me, he said one time, each one teach one. And I remember that from my days as a 5%er, but more to the point, I feel like on YouTube, it could be each one reach 1,000. So if each one of us over the age of 40 were to reach just 1,000 subscribers, how many damn lives could we change? Right? So that's it. That's my purpose, my goal. So I'm out here. And that's how I ended up watching all this stuff on these YouTube streets. And y'all keep a sister going out here. So listen, I had an order to this thing and we're going to stick to it just because I want you guys to understand. We're going to keep a flow. This is how I'm keeping my notes right now. Remember, guys, if you want me to answer a question or a comment, put a C or a Q in front of it. If you've got a theme song that you want to drop for the end of this show, please go ahead and put music notes next to it, and like Mr. Stewart, and put it in the comments for me, please. And I think it was Mr. What the Funk as well. All right. So first up on deck is Lapeef Let's Talk Show, right? Uh-oh. I have to unmute it. Ta-da! Oh, too far. Wow, y'all, listen, I queued it up and still. Okay, here we go.
Angela Davis energy in the building.
I love it, bro. Okay, come on. I wasn't ready, like a girl. Thanks, Courtney. I see you, darling.
All right. Well, it's good to have us back again, man. We got another banger. Appreciate you guys tuning in for Lapeef Let's Talk.
This is my fault, y'all. I had it queued up. I apologize.
Also, make sure
otherwise we'd have been there already.
I know a lot of people have been talking about King Talk. We definitely had King Talk last Tuesday, so if you tuned in to King Talk last Tuesday, we definitely appreciate that. All right, let's get started with this. Can a woman with masculine energy be trained to be feminine?
Now y'all know that was similar to the question that we had on Wednesday. So I was like, what? We're gonna start with this Charge. Off into the fray we go. From there, we get over here Dr. Hasan Johnson. And as I told you guys before, his content is fantastic. Check him out. All of the content that I am going through today is in the description box, you guys. Please make sure you go over and check out the channels. Watch the entire videos over there. Make sure when you go over, you like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, leave a comment, watch the videos all the way through, even if you just leave the tab open so that they can get their likes and whatever it is that they need. Some of these are small channels, some of them are larger channels. It just depends on what was coming through my personal filter of understanding that day is the best way for me to put it, right? But Dr. Hasan Johnson often talks about the gynocracy, about our large group of Black mothers, Black single mothers, and its impact on the Black community. So I definitely check him out. Like I said, I am a mother trying to make sure that I did not pour poison into my sons. And if there is still work for me to do, I'm going to do it while I'm here, right? This channel will stand as a testament, like a book, as long as there's going to be some internet, right, and whatever. It'll be out there in the world for them and for whomever else. But as long as I'm here, I've got work to do on myself, on being a better mother, on being a better example, being prepared for whatever daughter-in-law comes my way, from whatever culture she comes from. Any hooser. Yep, I was one of those moms who said if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. I know it's wrong. And I did not mean it in its entirety, but in every joke there is a little bit of truth, and I admit that too. I'm human. Okay. Who doesn't want their grandchildren to look like them? Okay then.
Familiar with Ace Hood. What I do, I give props to him straight out.
He's talking about
being able to construct boundaries. Just
rapper Ace Hood and this conversation that he was having with his mother. I'm not sure what show this was on. I do not get into the Ratchet Housewives of America or any of the spinoff nonsense that comes after it. It's absolutely gross. There was a point when I would like turn it on for a little bit, and the reason was because I didn't want drama in my life. I didn't have drama in my life. And so the way that I made sure not to have drama in my life was to watch this nonsense, to see the ratchetry and be like, nope, not in my house. Nope, nope. That's all we're going to get is through this show. Okay.
Even saying that is extremely profound. And the most difficult thing for most Black men to do, especially if they're single mother raised, is to establish boundaries with their mothers, right? So shout out to him for that. Early on, and this is only a 2-minute clip, but one of the things we can see already is that she's using emotionally manipulative tactics to control him. When she started out by saying she cried for an hour, that's an emotionally manipulative tactic, right? That works especially on young boys. He handled it with nothing but grace. He just looked at her, didn't give her a response. He didn't give her negativity. He didn't give her positivity. He just stayed neutral energetically, which was beautifully done. And she's still going back in a way, trying to emotionally manipulate him, and he's not allowing it. But he's doing so in a respectful manner. So let's see what else he does.
All in all, I was your queen. But when Sheila became a part of, I felt like everything changed.
I feel like a lot of Black.
Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit because that was an extremely important part right there. I didn't mean to cut into.
He actually looks like one of my exes.
I was your queen. This is deep.
But
I was your queen. But when Sheila became a part of, I felt like I'm your mother. But to drop me cold, I was angry. I just felt like I was your all in all. I was your queen. But when Sheila became a part of, I felt like everything changed.
I feel like a lot of
I was your queen. Pause. Wait a minute.
relationships
Slow your
stem
roll.
like
Slow
that.
your roll. Slow
In
your
a
roll.
way
slow
to
your roll.
where
Sorry, y'all. I'm not used to having it. But I was your queen. You his mama, bruh. Listen. I am a queen, but not like that. Not like that. And yeah, there comes a point when mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws go through this thing. I went through it with my mother-in-law, and I just, hey, pimpin', you got to go. You can't come back to this house until you can respect me and my authority within it, because guess who runs the show? You see, that was written into our recipe. You bring home the bacon. I will fry it up in this pan over here. I'm up here in this house. I take care of this house over here. So when your mama come through the door bumping her gums about what's going on with the children and I, you defend me. You chose to make this family. You were born, you chose this family, you were born into that one. That's how we went. Okay? So no, I don't understand this, but there is something out there. That goddess mother idea, the notion that you know, mothers are supposed to be placed on this pedestal and praised above all things. And nah, I'm human. I'm just a regular old girl, chick thing person. And I go through things just like anybody else. And I don't want to be put up on that set pedestal because I don't want you to hold me to this unbelievable standard. Now, again, a lot of my perspective on things is my own understanding because my mother passed away in 96. So it's what I see, what I learned, what education or what knowledge I went out and got for myself. So fellas, if you're out here writing your recipe, you better be making sure that you're writing a recipe for a woman who's willing to get knowledge at all costs. If she's willing to get knowledge and pour that knowledge and love into your children at all costs. And so, like I said, you guys make sure you check these out. I am not going to play them all for you. I am going to play bits of these so that you can see what it is that I saw, and then we can have a conversation about it.
It's based in instructional.
This one's from Boston University. The volume's just low, guys.
Talk to our practicing classroom teachers, because we're trying to get them to do their instruction in a different way, by first starting with their mindset and then ending with the practice. So what we're saying is we're not going to use, guest speakers. We're not going to use posters. We're not going to use some type of ethnic cultural month. We're not going to use ethnic food day. We're not going to use ethnic dress day. That's not how we're going to get at this issue of diversity. That's not how we're going to get at this issue of culture. We're going to get at it by understanding more so where the students are culturally and linguistically and how we can accommodate or be responsive to them through the instructional practice, how we teach. And it's through that experience for the students that'll bring about the change that we want to see with them academically, behaviorally, and so on. So I want to begin, just to change the energy in the room, is to by doing an activity with you.
So he's talking about getting young Black boys on code. Going to school gets you onto a certain code, a certain indoctrination. Oh, snap. Gail Lockett in the house. Girl, Gail, sit down, have a seat, put your feet up. I don't know if you do mimosas at this time of day, but go ahead, because guess who got a wrench? And it ain't you, child. Get comfortable. Kick back. Chillax. Okay. So also, y'all, I had to make sure that I put in some real education, because I know last time it probably made it seem as if maybe all I do is just watch the nonsense content. Nah, Pippin. I also make sure that I watch things that actually speak to what it is I know and understand, because this is it. We have to educate ourselves to be able to educate our children, to be able to move the future forward. Thank you for that. What the fuck? Stop it. I'm going to see. I can call you what the fuck. I can call you WTP. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. So then Bro Clarence. I love Bro Clarence. I really do. Bro Clarence and I had the same idea when it came to this Rush Ribbon video. But and I want you to hear what he has to say here. And then we'll move forward to Rush Ribbons. Oops, again with the mute, y'all.
Not working out the relationships. I mean, so what did y'all think about that video that Rush Ribbons put out there? I mean, and she basically saying that, well, she's basically saying what I've been saying is that women been not working out the relationships, so that's why they're having such a rough time a lot of times. Because there's a thing, man, if you marry somebody, and a lot of you guys that's out there that's married in long-term relationships, You know, nobody's perfect. I don't care how nice a guy looks. I don't care how sweet a woman is. Anybody can slip and fall and make a mistake. Anybody can slip and fall and make a mistake. Um, so to expect somebody to be mistake free for 30 years, 20 years, 30 years, that's unrealistic.
All right. It is unrealistic to believe that you are going to go through the rest of your life with someone and they are not going to try you to your outer limits. That makes no sense, y'all. It makes no sense to think that you're going to meet an entire whole other human being with their own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, right? And they're just never, ever, ever going to drive you. They're never, ever, ever going to disappoint you. They're never going to do anything. Come on. That doesn't even make good sense. So when you're out here, you got to look for somebody. When you're writing your recipe, whether you're a man or a woman, when you're writing your recipe for your partner, your mate, when you're doing your vetting, sourcing, whatever it is, make sure that you are thinking about someone whom you still love, even when you want to punch them in the eye. Even when they smell like garlic and you can't stand it no more. My God. Yo, seriously, y'all, I think that was when I really, really and truly knew that I wasn't going to be able to work it out with my ex, was when his smell was repulsive. There's no way that you can respect someone if you don't like the way that they smell. And it's an honest truth. And it's not like he was a smelly person. I was still cooking his food and all of those things. It just, something about him was just like, off-putting. And so, yeah, but it's a part of life. It happens. And you have to decide how much you can take and what you can't. Yes. Okay. But the real truth of the matter is it's gonna take work. You're gonna have to deal with a particular person and their particulars. It's just the nature of the beast. Over time, you get to know and understand a person, and it's easier to move with that person. It doesn't feel so clunky and complicated, but it takes time and effort, and you staying. Y'all, I told you I got married in 1996. I went to culinary school and moved into my own place not until 2011. And not until 2019 did I file for it. 2020 did I file for a divorce. I tried a few times. I tried once I moved out on my own. I tried. Okay. And that's just, we're going to be real about it. Hey, my Vivid Life. Thank you so much. Gail, girl, kick your feet up, sit back. I'm telling you now, you say all the haters you want to, you don't do no hard work. That's all I got for you. All right. But I went into it thinking I was going to be married forever, hoping to be married forever. My parents were married forever. And I knew it wasn't beautiful. I remember my mom and my dad in their bedroom arguing with one another, and her telling him to get his butt up there and go play with us. And he would take us to the park and put us on the merry-go-round and spin us until we threw up, and then gave us ice cream and then took us home and would look at my mama like, now deal with it. And that's growing up in a family, you know? And my kids had that as much as I can give it to them. So that's what I want you all to be able to have. It's a beautiful experience. Now, we're going to get into Rush Ribbons. This little, it's a 4-minute video, and it's going to hit y'all. Ladies, if you haven't watched it already, you better go ahead and get your chin ready, because it's going to knock you for a loop. Something's happening to my phone.
This is a PSA
Wrong one.
to all of the divorced moms out there. You guys are the worst. You're the absolute worst. Even if your husband did cheat, you're a selfish liar for divorcing him. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you don't love your kids. Any mother who would shuttle their kids back and forth on and off every other week for them to live out of a suitcase, they don't love their kids. But you'll claim that you do. So that makes you a liar. That makes you really selfish, because you have problems too. I see how a lot of you single moms are out in public. I remember when I used to work customer service, when you leave, everyone talks about you because you're just so terrible and so awful to deal with. And then you want sympathy when you go through a divorce that you likely initiated 9 times out of 10. You want people to feel sorry for you when it's your fault you initiate. And you know what? It takes some nerve to call another woman a home wrecker because she's not the one with the wrecking ball. You're the one who decided to completely blow up your marriage and destroy your family. How can you take half of someone's pension and then claim to be the victim? And another reason why you're a liar, you made a vow to this person until death do you part. You broke that vow. Just like how he broke a vow, guess what? Now you think that gives you a right to break one as well, and it doesn't. And you're not good drivers either. I see some of you with your long SUVs, these Suburbans. Just because you have a giant SUV, that does not give you the right to drive like a maniac. And another reason you're a liar, you use the excuse that you're a mom to try to get your way. How can you use an excuse as leverage that 2 billion other women on this planet could also use? That's not a valid excuse. You guys claim to be the world's greatest moms. How could you be great at something you only do part time? You're so angry at your husband that you're willing to see your kids only half the time if you let him see his kids at all. As if you're so faithful. I know what it was like to work in the office. You would flirt and start anything with anyone who will have you. But if someone touches his twig and berries one time, that's enough to press the nuclear button for your whole family. Genius. Genius. Doesn't make any sense. And then you bring other men around your children. Who does that? You have to be so selfish to do that. If you really love your kids, you would be focused on just raising your kids, but you're not. You're focused on you. That's why you're so selfish. As if life has no meaning unless you have another man that you can leech off of. You don't care anything about how your children are giving other men the ability to discipline your children or your husband's children as if they have the authority to do so. And then when you get mad at him, you throw him away and then you bring in another one. Just mom of the year. When you get around your girlfriend, she pretend like, oh,
Pick your face up, y'all. Pick your face up.
Dating a new man, you don't know what your kids are doing. You completely ruined both of your lives.
All right, so I have a little thingy up here. Can you guys still hear or see it? Because it says that it's not running the her video anymore. She's still alive, y'all. She was on last night. She had a great live last night, by the way. She had a great live last night. Was it last night, y'all? I'm kind of missing a little bit. Yeah, I got that part. I'm getting ready to fix it now. Okay, so apparently, let's see. We'll go back to here. The sound cut out for whatever reason. You hear her, and I'm super loud. Oh, I know why super loud. It's because that last video.
No meaning unless you have another man that you can leech off of. You don't care anything about how your children will feel. Giving other men the ability to discipline your children or your husband's children as if they have the authority to do so. And then when you get mad at him, you throw him away and then you bring in another one. Just mom of the year. And when you get around your girlfriends, you
I forgot to like her video, y'all.
Great. Life is great.
I'm so sorry.
My kids are doing this. My kids are doing that. You don't even know. You're not even with them half the time. If they're not with their dad, or if you're not locked in your room with a glass of wine, or if you're not dating a new man, you don't know what your kids are doing. You completely ruined both of your lives and your children's lives over one mistake. Selfish.
Bruh, I'm good in understanding my circumstances. And even I was like, oh, like she came for it. She came for it. If you weren't ready to bob and weave in this piece, you were getting it. You're getting it. What? And she's not entirely wrong. She's a very conservative young lady. She said that last night on her stream. So that's one thing. But another thing is she's not a wife or a mother. And to be honest, she's not a girlfriend. And I'm not saying that in the sense that I'm judging her. I'm saying until you've gone through some things, the ability to be fire and brimstone like that is a much easier road to walk. When you have walked some of these journeys, you move differently. You see things differently. You behave differently. And that's the thing, is understanding. Right? Yeah. Mr. Stewart, you're absolutely correct. This is it. If you could define yourself in three emojis, what would they be? That's Rush Ribbons right there. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and play the game. If you all can define yourselves in three emojis, put three emojis into the comments, and then I'll see if I can guess what they are. You guys see my three emojis all the time. I don't know if you pay attention to them, but these are my three. If you want to see someone going on, watch the Crimson Core. She doesn't play in last video. Oh wow. Okay. I'm not really big into going in on people. It's not my purpose. It's just that Rush is a young lady who's out here living it. These are the things that were poured into me that did me no good, or I have seen do no one any good. And so as a result, I'm changing my life. So, she come with a 1-2 uppercut. And that just is what it is. So, I think it's great. Plus, like I said, she's from Memphis. So of course I'm gonna be a little brown girl from Tennessee out here trying to make it on YouTube. I'm gonna do my best to push her out there and shout her out wherever I can. That's just how I roll. Right? I'm about this life. All right, so here we go. Then I saw this. Now, I've never seen this young gentleman before today, and he actually did not make it into the or he may have made it into the description. I'm not sure. He was a last minute addition, so I'm just gonna put him down here anyway. And I've got says takeout buffering and good vibes from What the Funk. It won't show yours for some reason. And Gail Lockett dancing, meditating in the gym. Is that what that is? You go, girl. You need to have some fire. You do. That is great. You guys are fantastic. Oh, my goofy giggle. Okay. And so then there's the Jasmine Sullivan thingy. Where is it? Did I miss it? Did I pass it? Yeah. We don't go out. We don't move. And we'll find it right. Oh man, I hate when this happens. I got lost it. Does anybody? Why am I asking when I can just go look at my own doggone description? Y'all forgive me for just a second. Stacy. Yeah, I'm Stacy. You did not make it. Dang it. Okay. Basically, he was doing Jasmine Sullivan's little hotels things. And she in this video, going through all of the comments that the women put down, she ended up having to say, you know what? I'm gonna write a special album for these men that say leave all of them behind. There it is. Oh, look, I'm so proud. I done it. Here we go. Start from here. Ta-da!
So this person says his mama really loved me and told me to trap him. She was dead ass serious. Oh, okay. Mamas be throwing be dirty macking sometimes. I don't know. They be trying to. I've been together 17 years. Been my boyfriend 14. I cheat better. Wow. Listen. Jasmine said the way all you ladies are cheating, and I'm out here defending y'all. I gotta write a fuck her album for the men. Yes, do that shit, man. She made hotels, but these hotel and everything. Goddamn. Listen.
Make sure you guys check out the new poll over on YouTube.
I be throwing it back on his gramp so I can secure the inheritance.
Oh my
This
God,
is a
yo.
lie. Ain't no way. I don't believe this. They just trolling right now. This is a complete lie.
Wait.
I got a
Wait,
separate
wait,
insurance policy on him.
wait. Okay, so I watched, and I did, but I didn't watch them all. Hold on, I didn't. She's stop it. What the fuck? You be nice. We play nicely so over here. That's fantastic. Hey Darius, I'm so glad you could make it. Mr. Stewart's 3, Dizzy Chocolate Capricorn. Okay. Dizzy Black Baby Capricorn, Mr. Stewart. Is that it? Y'all know I don't know signs. I know I say I'm a Libra. I know what a Libra sign look like. I think. No, wait, is that a Taurus? Are you a Taurus, Mr. Stewart? Goofy bald Aries. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh God, that was funnier than I expected, you guys. Thank you for that one. All right, come on. There's some more. I know y'all got some more. I need three emojis to represent you. And those were very good, both Gail and Mr. Stewart. But let's just get back to this for a second. Did you hear what she said about this man's granddaddy? These people are gross. And I mean super gross. I do not grody gross. Okay, here we go. Let's play this one more time.
Telling everything. Goddamn. Listen. Let's keep it going. I be throwing it back on his gramp so I can secure the inheritance. This is a lie. Ain't no way. I don't believe this. They just trolling right now. This is a complete lie.
You think it's a lie, y'all?
I got a separate insurance policy on him once I seen how much he was worth. This person said this feels responsible to me. Okay.
Okay. So that's probably one of the things that I should have taken back in my marriage. No, I did not get a separate insurance policy. I am not that petty. But in jest from time to time, I would say, I mean, you are in the military. You worth a little bit to me now, but you worth $250,000 to me dead. Keep fucking around. I mean, messing around. Pardon. Yes, that's inappropriate. It's in that. We didn't have the best working communication rapport kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You all are so silly in the chat. Okay, so now here's the one. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. I asked you all last time, are these women out here double agents, devils, or darlings? And this broad right here is not a double agent. I'm guaranteed. Why? She was a 304 from day one. You knew it. You could see it. She was running around here for the bag in the first place, and he decided to wipe her up. You were hoping what? You're special? You're the one dude who can change her mentality? Based off of what? That's my whole question. What makes you so special that you can change her mindset? From what feels good in the moment to what's important in the long term. Because that's what it comes down to. Doing what's right or doing what's good right now.
I saw that video of Normani, Meg Thee Stallion, and Sierra. I instantly thought these 304s just won't stop. You can't take them anywhere. They'll act a fool everywhere. And even the married woman of the group, Mrs. Wilson, Russell Wilson's wife, Sierra, further proved how big that L is going to be for Russell Wilson when Sierra files for divorce from him. So since they got married,
this woman is a mother of 3.
I expect that she's going to file sometime after August of the year.
And are they all boys? Anybody know? I don't know if it's all boys or just I know she's got at least one with Future, But this was a woman who was a mother of 3. And this is the best example that she can put out into the world for her sons, for her community, for her husband. Oh, my damn God. Wait a minute. Can we just talk about this? I recognize that it's possible that Russell Wilson, as a football player, may not be going to very many such and suches and so-and-sos. He's not going to the biggest, most fanciest events, but apparently she's going to a couple of places where she's got to put on a nice evening dress and act like a damn harlot. What is this? For what purpose? In front of James and Jim, who are always consuming Black women for the fun of it anyway. If they're not consuming our trauma, they're trying to figure out how they can get our exoticness. One of the benefits to me is that I am shaped like a regular old white chick. I am Miss 6 o'clock at the end of the day, straight up and straight down. I don't have to worry about anybody asking me to back nothing up and shake it. And I'm fine with that because that's just doggone disrespectful. Oh, and yes, when I was 19 in a nightclub in Germany, I too was dropping this, that, or whatever it was. And can I do it today? None of your damn business. Unless you my fella and you're going to be up in here paying my bills, shut up. And that's how Sierra should keep it. It ain't none of your business whether or not she can still do what she did when she came out with her first videos. This is the culture, Mr. Stewart. She's not driving anything. We drive her. At the end of the day, those of us out here buying her music, those of us out here listening to whatever it is, clicking it over and over again, we are the internet. We are social media. That's why I use these videos, these platforms, these particular topics, these things. Because it's us. We're always willing to say, oh, well, social media is like this. Oh, well, the internet is like that. Well, behind closed doors, we know all of us are on the internet. We're all on social media, right? We all are consuming some of this at some point. So we might as well go ahead and admit it and then do something to make something good come of it, right? What they can't do is get on a motherhood code. What they can't do is get on an accountability code. What they can't do is seem to understand that there is more to life than being the center of damn attention. There's more to life than getting likes, clicks, views, and whatever the hell it is. There's legacy. When you have children, when you marry, when you promise your life to somebody else, because that's what marriage is. And if you don't know that that's what marriage is, then you need to stop. This idea of partnerships, friendships, whatever. Listen, that ain't it. That ain't it. If you're going to write a recipe for a partner, for a person, when I say partner, a person that you have next to you, because I don't know, some of you all are all, I don't want labels, this, that, and the third. I don't really care. If you are going to write a recipe for the person who's going to be next to you for the rest of your life, you want an ally, not a damn friend. Friends come with all of the, well, you remember that one time? I know I said that I was going to pay you back today, but I don't really have it. Remember that time I loaned you that money, though? So can we just call it even? Nope. Allies, they move different. Hey, Trash Can't Wait. So glad to see you. Allies move different. Allies show up for the fight. We have a particular similar purpose in mind, right? And when those goals align, we come together, we handle our mission, and then we part ways. Because B Finesse had L.A. Stewart on, and he talked about this in her live day before yesterday, I think. Okay? He was on there, and he said the exact same thing. It's called a mission in the military, So you have a mission, you and I. We chose to write this recipe, this mission plan, SOP, standard operating procedure. And it includes being a foundational person, being dependent, being reliable. That's an ally. That's not a friend. It's not based on how I made you feel in this singular moment. It's based on the fact that every time you've needed me, every time that it's based on the show up, right? It's based on the work. And these women are not doing any work. You know, it when you think about what a mother is supposed to be, it doesn't look like this at all. You know, motherhood is supposed to be, holding babies and kissing cheeks and chasing behind bicycles and uh, cleaning up spit up. And boy, if you don't get your emotions out your chest, I'm gonna call your daddy. That's problem. We no longer see y'all as partners, providers, friends. We don't see y'all as anything. You know, um, these women would rather hang out with other women, get all the praise and friendship from other women. So, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you what I need y'all to do. Very rarely do I try to tell men how to be men because I don't know anything about being a man. But what I can say is this. If you are going to decide that you are going to marry, you're going to be a part of someone else's life, then you've got to make sure that you are mindful of your purpose. Don't tell someone that you're going to be foundational for them if you're not going to be foundational. Don't tell them that you're going to have discipline if you're not going to have discipline. It's a setup to them. They don't know how to recover from it. They do not move on. We don't know how to recover from it. Specifically, do not tell these women that you are a man of faith and principle and then move on filth and peaches. Peaches. The message gets confused. Okay? The message gets confused. If you are out here and you are a man of virtue, a man of purpose, of principle, of value, then you cannot be out here chasing peaches. You can do it in the beginning, your mid to early 20s, or your early to mid 20s, excuse me. But at some point, you have to stop and decide, okay, I'm going to put my word before everything else. I am going to stand on my principles, whatever doctrine it is that aligns with, and then move forward from there. When you look at the conscious community, it's a bunch of brothers over there who found the angle. They got in, you know what I'm saying? The brothers over there, the ones doing wrong, don't get me wrong. I'm not attesting to any or all of anyone being bad, right? But what I am saying is that the brothers over there don't have anyone to check them. And these women needed attention and love, and so they got that, and their children got taken advantage of. And they did too. Because they have no cover and no community. These women move like permanent side chicks. The number one rule of a side chick is don't let them fall in love with you. Now, if your goal is not to stay there forever, to not get your feelings hurt, when a man protects you, it does something different. I don't know, gentlemen, y'all can attest to it. I don't. I've just witnessed it. There's something about a man providing protection for you, especially if you all have been intimate, that makes that thing kick into emotion. I don't know what that is. What the Funk has a question from YouTube. Can we trust women we love or know in family to vet a woman before a man marries? Or will women stay with sister code and keep a woman toxic secrets? From my perspective, I'm going to be honest. I do not deal with very many women in my life in that regard. I keep a small circle of people for obvious reasons with the mental health issues that I have. But even prior to that, because I was protective of my bubble. But inside of the people that I let inside of my bubble, I expected them to tell me because I checked them regularly. You see how I move now. So people around me expected the same and did the same. You can't expect to call somebody else to the carpet and have it and not have them be like, "Oh yeah, well let me tell you about yourself." So, do I think that women do it enough? No. I have a former friend of mine. He says all the time that his mother chose his wife over him. Like when they would get into it, she'd ask, "What did my son do wrong?" versus "What y'all got going on?" That kind of thing. So I tried to be that person. My son's girlfriend called me once to tell me something about their business. I was like, "Well, what did you say to him?" "Well, why hasn't he called me yet?" "Well, could you put him on the phone, please?" "Hey, put him on the phone, please." "Hey, Unique View, chill out." Ellie JJ, are you in here? Did I say hello? If you're in here, I'm sorry. If I didn't, if I did see you, Mr. Stewart, you be nice. You can't be siding with them right out the gate. Yeah, last night got a little bit rough over there on Rush Ribbons when it came to other people's behavior. And I'm not gonna give out that little piece of information. You'll have to go over and watch Rush's stream from last night. That's why I didn't even use that video. I used the other one because that's her secret. Y'all go over there and check out what happened. But these mothers out here, look, listen, hold on. Let me just. I can't. I want to stop marrying these women. Dang it.
Year 2026, between that time possibly to the early 2030s. But it's coming. Sierra, she's going to wait at least until after the 10-year mark, and then she's going to file in California. I want to ask everyone to take a second to make sure that you are subscribed to this channel and that you have your notifications on all, because you don't want to miss when I drop new videos. If you're new to the channel, leave a comment below and include new subscriber, and I'm going to do my best to reply to all of you. That video comes from a fashion event associated with Dolce & Gabbana in Italy. Bunch of celebs and wealthy folks in attendance. And these women, they saw the opportunity to get some attention from the crowd who watched them dance, turn this civilized event into Magic City or King of Diamonds or something, at least for that moment. And then you had these people there hyping them up to embarrass themselves like this. And as you can see, the
Do I like the song WAP from a personal perspective? Yep. Does it play in my headphones often? Sure. Do I think this is absolutely disgusting? Yep. Do you see this white man's face back here? Look at this buffoonery. This is fantastic. Look at that. Oh, look. He just enjoying that damn show. Didn't even have to put out any money for it. Don't have to lose nothing. Thank you. Now, but explain him, gentlemen. Explain the homie right here. Explain that part. We all got a role to play. We all got a role to play. Y'all got to get after him. Y'all got to get after them. Y'all got to get after the ones who are wifing up these bad boys. Y'all got to get after the ones who are shooting up the club. Raise them better. Go out there and start having a conversation with them. Right? It's got to be more than just me sitting here having a conversation, cursing, fussing at these ladies, because change comes when change comes for everybody in their own way and in their own time. So I'm going to drop the link. You guys are more than welcome to come up. We're going to go for at least another half an hour. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me today. I really, really did not think I was going to make it this morning. We were right there at the, and I think you can still I can still kind of feel it. It's not how I want to feel, but, and that's something, you guys, I want to give you all the best content. And there are days when I just don't feel my absolute best, but I feel like it's important to tell you that we have work to do. No matter what yesterday was, no matter what the win was, we still got work to do today. As long as we've got young men out here marrying women like that, young men like the ones who were on Russia's platform last night talking about leaving the country rather than marrying black women. As long as we've got black women who won't hold each other accountable, black folks who won't do the work. There's so much that has to be done. There's so many things that we have to talk about. There's so many different ways for it to be discussed and shared. The lead attorney does it by using his law degree and talking about how to protect your pockets. Real JT Pocket Watcher does it in a similar fashion when it comes to accounting. I do it from the perspective of a mother who's got a background in education and people management. Right? I spent all of my time in the service industries, learning people and understanding little people and how to talk to you on as many levels as possible. And we have to start from the very bottom. Our very, very bottom base thing is communication. We don't know how to communicate with each other anymore. Right? We don't. I mean, look at last night. Well, no, don't. Never mind. I said I wasn't going to use those examples anymore because y'all, whoo, Jesus. Okay. Here's the thing. And then actually, I think I am going to cut it short, you guys, because it's getting hard to hold myself upright this morning. Again, one of those things. You know what the funny thing is? Never mind. It's disappointing. It's disappointing because I would love to have the opportunity to change more lives, more little lives. But what I see out here, I joke and I say it makes me worry that my fellas are going to go abroad. That's not it. I really just worry that they're never going to find love. None of us are meant to be alone. I could not survive what it is that I go through every day alone. I couldn't get up here and do this stream today alone. Shout out to Mr. Stewart for becoming my first moderator, dude. Thank you so much. You guys, Miss B Finesse will call me or send me messages from time to time. um, little hopeful messages. There aren't things that I even think about. I do the same thing for others, and I never think about the fact that I might need it from someone else. Because you get stuck living your life, right? Then you get blindsided by a disability, a death, a pandemic that shuts down the whole damn globe. And you have to pick yourself up and figure out how to move forward. I had a website for a short period of time called Tucson Turnaround, because that's basically what this is, my Tucson Turnaround, right? As long as that fat black baby is born here in America, I don't care if you get you a fat white woman to put it in. Still be an African American baby. My bad. That's inappropriate. I'm gonna cut that out. Sorry, y'all. See, this is the thing. When my pain is too far gone, my filter gets my brain mouth filter. It gets a little shorter, or I get gunky, I guess, and then things get backed up, and I'm allowed to overflow at the mouth sometimes, which is why I'm not going to stay on this stream too much longer. But having said that, what I saw last night in Russia's stream, it gave me pause, then hope, then pause, then hope. But at the end of the day, it gives me hope. Like I watching y'all, the fellas over there, talking to my fellas, I feel like there's still a chance. It's fading, and I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure that. I'm sorry. I didn't think I was going to be here 5 years ago. I didn't think that I was going to be here in 2019, 2018. And it's funny because I was telling myself that I was ready to, that I thought that I had done enough by my sons, right? That after all was said and done, I had done all of the work, and they would be okay. They had another parent out here and somebody else to do it. And that's not true. You can't expect somebody else to do the work that you're supposed to do. And probably would have been the worst thing. I mean, we know it would have been the worst thing that I would have done, but y'all, I gave up on everything. In 2018, I gave up on everything. None of the pandemic hadn't happened yet. None of those other things. Even though I was someone who had always sown seeds of kindness and compassion, I did not have a community. Right? I was out there by myself because just because you move a certain way doesn't mean that others move that way. People will pay lip service to those things. and tell you that they move that way, that they're going to be there for you. And that they're foundationally going to be there for you. And then one day you find out that they're just not. That no matter the words, no matter the bloodlines, no matter what it is, if they're not people who move with the same motive as you, then that's just what it is. And you got to figure out how to deal with that. So I was at the point where I was like, you know what? I've got to do something different. And that was what brought me out here to Arizona, was doing something different. So I tell you, you have to do different and move with a positive mindset and positive intention. Like I said, I've been positive all my life. I've moved on positivity and destroyed negativity, but I wasn't doing the work internally as much as I should. There's nothing like being, never mind. There's nothing like being put on hold when you're calling to tell someone that you're not safe by yourself. That will throw you for a loop. I'm serious, y'all. You can call the hotline and they will put you on hold. Oh, also, if you're out of state, this is just a fun fact. If you call the suicide hotline, the self-deletion line. If you call the self-deletion line, they'll put you on hold. And if you call and say that you're in Arizona, but your phone number is from Tennessee, they're going to route you to Tennessee. Keep depending on the systems if you want to. They're going to fail you too. All you have is you. For your life to change, all you have is you. For my life to change, all I had is me. I had to write out my recipe, right? For what it was that I wanted. So after considering self-deletion, I wrote down what it was I wanted. Then I hadn't decided that I wasn't going to be able to, I hadn't found out that I wasn't going to be able to work in a commercial kitchen. So I wanted to make $52,000 a year. I wanted to have love in my life from a man who could make me laugh, who could see my pain even when I wasn't expressing it and be comforting, and a few other things. I wrote out my recipe. And then I went to work doing the things to get that recipe. And if I started writing that recipe in 2017, here it is, 2000. No, I'm sorry. That was 2018. In 2018, here we are in 2021. 3 years. I got most of it. My consulting business has a long way to go before I make $52,000 a year, but hell, I just started in January. So, you know. But ladies, if I can do it, you can do it. If I can go from being 330 pounds and murdering my fat chick, you can let go of all of the anger. It's not necessary. It doesn't protect you from anything, and the world can see that you're moving out of fear. I think that if you knew that the whole world can see all of your pain and trauma and fears in the way that you respond to the world, you might change. You might move differently. So I speak to and for you, and I speak to and for all the stay-at-home moms out there who their work isn't sexy, it's not glamorous, no one actually sees those things, right? So they don't get the credit. It's the Sierras, the Normanies, and the Meg the Stallions of the world who get the credit. Bye, blind guy, his wife, their life. I'm on my way over. I'm not going to keep everybody here much longer, I promise. But fellas, stop wifing them. Start looking for the ones who at least who show you that they want to be a wife, right? When they look at children, They picked them up and hugged them, and children hugged them back. It's not a one-sided thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she stole my thunder. So glad to see you. We've got to do better. All of us. Ladies, you got to do better about telling your story, the entire story, what you did right, what you did wrong, how you got hurt, your SWOT, what is it? Strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Look at your partner like that, I guess. If nothing else. Start figuring out how you can see each other as equals, as peers. In spirit, you're equals. How you move inside of your home, you're equals. Your kids don't see that mom is ahead of dad or dad is ahead of mom. They see mom and dad. Figure out how to move like such. Figure out how to put their perspective above your own personal selfish ass needs. I did. Because there's nothing like having to admit to your child that you gave up on life. You keep trying to carry all of the weight by yourself. Keep trying to fight your own battles. Do two people's job. Even with all the money in the world, I guarantee you, look at Michael K. Williams, rest in peace. Your hips aren't made to bear that kind of weight. And I'm not willing to say that I'm special and I'm the only one who could go through the things that I have gone through and still manage to be positive. I'm not that special. Look at Blind Guy, his wife, their life. Their whole channel is dedicated to that notion. Look at my vivid life. No matter what it is that she's going through dealing with being a divorced parent, she's still getting up and going. Right? It's once you get up, you get out, and you decide that you're going to do better and be foundational. Gentlemen, start marrying, dating, looking for, and writing recipes for foundational women. If you're not sure what they look like, I'm sure I've shown you some examples by now. I see you in these YouTube streets enough to know you know the examples already. Write you a recipe for a foundational family. Found you a foundational woman and build y'all a legacy that'll last a lifetime. So, LA Stewart, thank you so much for dropping in, and we are getting ready to go. I'm going to ask you to give me a theme song on the way out. You guys, thank you so much. Remember, we're trying to go from 74 now. Thank you to the new subscribers up to 300. Also, guys, if we can get to 500 by the middle of October, we can get a discussion tab when everybody else does. The big channels like Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, The Lead Attorney, they already have a community channel. Excuse me. They already have a community channel, a tab when you got over 1,000 subscribers. But starting October 12th, if you have over 500 subscribers, you get a community tab. So all the things I'm trying to talk to you about after these streams are over or share with you, I can do there instead of trying to get you guys to come over to Facebook or Twitter. And maybe we can compartmentalize this thing a little bit and make it easier to get information and content out. I agree, Mr. Stewart. LA Stewart. I think that's the perfect song. It's kind of how I feel. Plus, if y'all want to make it rain on the DJ, she certainly won't be mad at you. Sorry, y'all. I'm having a moment. I'm telling you. The filter does not work the same when I don't feel well. I think that's the beauty of it, though. I was watching, whose show was that? I don't know if that was Kevin. Nope. I don't know if that was Kevin Samuels or Rush Rivens, but one of the gentlemen that I was watching said, ladies, figure out what it is that your man loves most about you, and you make sure you keep that, or something to that effect. And I really think that it's my inner 6-year-old, because he manages to bring it out in me all the time, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm thankful for you guys too. You do the same thing. In the midst of my misery and my pain, I see you guys, your love and your compassion. It gives me the strength to sit up here and say what it is I need to say. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, Gail, but my father joined the military when I was 4, and we've moved around everywhere since then. I haven't lived all the way out west as far as California, but I've been all the way east. I've been as far as North Carolina coast, as far north as Watertown, New York, as far south as Savannah, Georgia, and this is the furthest west that I've ever lived. My buy me a coffee link doesn't work. All right, I will post another one just because I happen to see it. Excuse me. That's funny. Oops, I accidentally put it into the YouTube chat because I had the wrong one open. So sorry. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we are going to end on this one. Thank you guys so much once again for coming and hanging out with me this morning. We're going to do it again tomorrow morning. And I promise you that I will at least be in the fight. I will have more pep in my step. And I will get it together. That's right, Mr. Stewart. Us military kids and PK kids, we roll certain kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Just is what it is. It's not your fault, Mr. Stewart. It's probably my fault. Don't you sweat it. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. Make sure you find the theme song today. You guys have been mine. Keep your spirit up. Peace and blessings, y'all.
In the pain of my mother will not let me go. Well, I know they can't come far from the sky to refine